Hey y'all, Angie B here with today's vlog. Today's vlog is going to be about Sherlock Holmes, the world's greatest detective. Now, I'm really excited about this vlog because I love the character of Sherlock Holmes. Yes, I love Arthur Conan Doyle's original stories, but I love all of the spin-offs, the different adaptations, the movies, the TV shows. I love how Sherlock Holmes has become like this huge iconic character and everybody has their own take on him, and I really love the character of Sherlock Holmes. I think my favorite in terms of literary characters or literary adaptations of the character, probably Laurie R. King's Mary Russell Sherlock Holmes series, because it's got everything. It's got romance, it's got action, it's got lots and lots of humor. The mysteries are really good, the villains are really villainous. I love Mary Russell. She's the narrator of the series, and she's just so spunky and fiery and intelligent. And Laurie R. King has a real way with words. Her stories are so layered and just really well written, well researched. You just feel like you're a part of the time period. I mean, they're set in the 20s, and she's got the British 1920s just down to a pat. They're just so good. And I love watching Mary Russell and Sherlock Holmes spar off of each other. It's just such a great partnership. Also, her Holmes is really sexy in a really, like, intellectual way, and he's got the nicest hands ever. I suddenly have a thing for hands because of Sherlock Holmes. So, Sherlock Holmes adaptations, the movies and the TV series, thus far, my two favorite actors to have played Sherlock Holmes, Basil Rathbone and Jeremy Brett. Now, Sarah, I'm gonna have to mention Jeremy just because Sarah's like, don't forget to talk about Brett, because I'd never actually seen any of Jeremy Brett's work as Sherlock Holmes until Sarah started telling me that he was amazing, and I started looking up YouTube videos, and I have to say, he's really, really hot, man. He's just the smile, the devilish smile, and the long hands, and he's nice. He's very nice in an upper crust British sort of way. But I do love Basil Rathbone too, because he's probably the most iconic Sherlock. He's, you know, the old movies, it was Basil Rathbone, and I really like Basil too. Also, fun factoids for you, Sherlock Holmes has appeared in 207 different TV shows and movies in the past 70 years. 207 projects. That's insane, isn't it? I mean, he's one of the most frequent characters in television and movies. Also, Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor, plays Sherlock Holmes in a television miniseries. So, all you Doctor Who fanatics out there, I mean, you gotta check that out, right? Tom Baker as Sherlock Holmes. Also, Matt Frewer played Sherlock Holmes in several movies, which I was quite surprised by, because Matt Frewer is very much an American actor, but I can kind of understand it because he's tall and he's skinny and he's, you know, he can pull off the intellectual pretty well. So, if you don't know who Matt Frewer is, he's awesome. He was Max Headroom, cult television show from the 80s. He also played the Trash Can Man in the television miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's The Stand, so I will always love him for that. Let's see. I really like watching Sherlock play off of Watson, because Watson is very much his inferior. I mean, they have a very much a superior-inferior relationship going on. And I just love Watson because he's an everyman. You can watch or read the Sherlock Holmes stories, and even if you don't understand what's going on, because Sherlock is so amazing and he pieces together the whole story with like 5 clues and esoteric knowledge of the land, even if you don't know what's going on, neither does Watson really. So you can just totally just tag along for the ride, and in Arthur Conan Doyle stories you see him mostly from Watson's point of view, so I really appreciate Watson as a character. I like him as a narrator and as a storyteller, but when it comes to seeing Sherlock play off of other characters, I definitely prefer Sherlock and Mary Russell to Sherlock and Watson, because Mary is much more his equal, and it's just so fun to watch him, you know, exchange witty repartee, and Russell totally understands him and, you know, picks up on all of his little subtle clues and his facial expressions. And so I really like the partnership of Russell and Holmes because they're more equals. And it's just a lot more fun to watch Sherlock being bested or topped when it comes to the witty repartee and the intellectual deducting. I just really like Sherlock Holmes because I love mysteries, I love detective stories, and I have a real fondness for historical mysteries particularly. Definitely my favorite brand of mystery. And I would say after the like horror, sci-fi, fantasy genre, historical mysteries are my favorite type of books to read. And Sherlock Holmes is just so appealing because he can figure anything out. He can solve the most impossible case, and he's so logical, and he's this great Renaissance man. He can do anything. He knows just about everything. I mean, this guy's knowledge is so esoteric and so complete. It's just a lot of fun to just, you know, get to have a character where you can literally do anything with him because he's just that awesome. He knows martial arts. He knows boxing. He can ski. He's a forger. He can pick locks. He knows all about Sumatra and Tibet and weird things like that. And it's just, he's such a fluid character, and he's just so interesting to see in action. I mean, the guy's amazing. Also, another one of my favorite historical / mystery characters is Agent Aloysius Pendergast of the Douglas Child Lincoln Preston books. And those books aren't so much historical mysteries, but Pendergast has this ability to like kind of almost transport himself mentally in time. So it's really cool because he's very much another like Sherlock meets James Bond sort of character. He has this huge esoteric knowledge, he's really, you know, athletic and skilled with physical things, and yet he's, you know, fluent in so many different languages and great with weapons, and he's just awesome. So I think another reason why I love Sherlock so much is because I kind of always put him in the same category as Pendergast, and I love Pendergast so much. So that's my Sherlock Holmes vlog. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you've never read anything Sherlock Holmes, please treat yourself. Go check out Laurie R. King's Mary Russell Sherlock Holmes series because it's fantastic. It's a grand series. And, I mean, if you've never read Hound of the Baskervilles, you kind of have to do that. Check out some of the movies. Highly recommend the Jeremy Brett and the Basil Rathbone movies. And, of course, I'm ridiculously excited for Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes. I know it's nothing like the books. I know his Holmes is going to be goofy and ridiculous, but I don't care, because it's Robert Downey Jr. playing Sherlock Holmes. And I love Guy Ritchie's movies. I think they're so funny and so, you know, snarky, and I love that. So, and naked Robert Downey Jr. I don't even care what goes on in the rest of the movie, because we get naked Robert Downey Jr. handcuffed to a bed. That's my vlog. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Check you later.